And I'm Ronnie.
And we're here today to talk about the collaboration of several homesteading channels. If you had $1,000 gifted to you, what would you spend it on? That is the question. And we've talked about it a little bit, and we need a lot more than $1,000, yes?
Yeah, a lot more.
Yeah, but if we had $1,000, we hashed it over and we decided that we would spend it for a solar system for our camper, because we are planning on, if we have bare land, living in that camper for a while. So having a solar system to put on that would really be helpful. And we could probably find other places to use that solar system if we didn't happen to get bare land, right?
Yep.
So what kind of things do you think we could do with that?
$1,000?
No,
Oh,
the solar system. If we went ahead and bought the solar system. What other things could it run?
Barn.
Right?
Chicken coop.
Right? So there's always places that you can use solar.
Add on to it.
And
house.
Right, add on to it. If it was something that could be added on
Yeah.
to. There's a piece of land that Ronnie would like to go out and look at. It's got a mobile home on it, but I have a feeling that it's probably infested with rats, so it probably isn't so wonderful. And the house, or not the house,
The garage.
the garage really needs a roof. But it did used to have complete solar hookup. You can tell by a bunch of poles that are out in the front. So we might be going to look at that soon. And if we do, we'll take you along on that. So that's what we would do. We were tagged in this collaboration by Walterman Homestead, and that's Megan and Dylan. And we want to tag Eggers and Bacon Farm and Vicky's Country Home, because there's two more Northern Nevada homestead channels, and we'd like to bring them in. Vicky's Country Home, she does a lot of cooking and gardening. Eggers and Bacon Farm, a lot of it is chickens and building small projects around their homestead. They've got kids that are in 4-H, and they've got an up-and-coming channel. So that's who we're going to tag. And we're going to take you now and show you our garden for just a little while. Just a small garden tour, just part of the garden. I'm going to give the city ladies a little bit of playtime. They've got all the dandelions and whatnot from the lawn that Ronnie's about to start mowing. And they are kind of spoiled because they live right outside of our garden. And then this is our side yard garden. This is all being grown on top of concrete. We've got concrete block over this whole area. And so we have some trees here. This one's a lemon tree. This one's a lemon tree. That one back there is an avocado tree. And then we have a tomato plant that was a volunteer. I don't know that it'll get big enough to do anything, but we decided to let it grow at any rate. And then I've got some mint here that I dug up and put in a pot for a friend that does food blogging. And weird one here, we've got a poinsettia that belonged to a friend, and she had to move from her apartment and she couldn't take this with her, and so it was starting to get leaves again, so I decided to bring it and put it in the garden. And it's just been being green so far. And then we have a rhubarb that we brought from my daughter's previous house. We just have it in a bucket, and we're hoping to get it to the farm and get it planted. This is a great big mint plant. We do dry the mint and make it for tea. We have parsley back here in the shade, and these were from my mother's garden after she passed away, so we brought them and I've got them in a pot. We've got several rose bushes and we use them for rose tea. And then this is our fall garden. We've planted radishes and turnips and carrots. Carrots are right in here. All of these leaves are lettuces that are just coming up volunteer. Most of them will be this red leaf romaine. And we've got other stuff planted out here, but so far I'm not sure any of it has come up. We've got some broccoli, some cauliflower, and some kohlrabi out in here, but it was planted just a little bit later than the other stuff. And here we've got some tomatoes. This one was a volunteer and it's huge. It's up over my head. That's a 6-foot fence. It is a foot off the ground because again, this is all growing on top of concrete. So these raised beds are just filled with really good soil and are growing right on top of the concrete. This is a bunch of greens. We've got kales and some Swiss chard. And then we've got some squash here. There's some little yellow crooknecks. There's one of them. And then in front we've got peppers. These two in front are jalapenos. The ones in back we've got banana peppers, padron peppers, and Jimmy Nardello peppers. And we've got to get those in here soon, all except for the banana peppers. We did have some of those in already, but we're getting more now. But then we're gonna do a pickled peppers video. And this is my herb garden. This is a huge sage, thyme going crazy, and this is oregano, and it's getting a second wind here with some new growth. And we had this plant. Somebody tell me, do you think it's a raspberry plant, or not a raspberry, blackberry plant? Not sure what these berries are going to do, but I didn't plant it here. It had to have grown from our compost. My very favorite iris is in there amongst it, so I'm going to have to try to figure out how to get those out of there because I want to get them in a bucket. And back here we've got potato onions. They grow in little clumps. They're a bunching onion. And then these are a purple pepper. They're not purple yet, but they will be. And then we have one lonely little eggplant back here. And we've got some little onions, just little scallions to use in salads or whatever. Some more lettuce. This is a really good lettuce. It's almost like butter lettuce, but it's going to seed now, so we're letting it because we want to keep the seeds. And some more irises. And the last thing on this side is a little mint plant that I started for my daughter, and you can see the pollinators are visiting it. And this is our rhubarb plant. It goes crazy in the spring, but of course now we're just leaving it so that it can build its roots for winter.
Okay guys, thanks for watching.
Yep, and we will see you later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so that we can get lots more views. We need to get more subscribers and more views so that we can get monetized. Then maybe we'll get that more than $1,000 that we need so that we can get moved to the country.
Thank you. Bye.